Welcome to the Dance Navigator. I'm Chelsea, and in this series, Learn to Tap, I'm breaking down all the tap basics and teaching you some of the most common steps that you will learn as a tap student. So in today's video, we're going to be breaking down wings. Now, wings don't really come until you're a more advanced or at least intermediate student. So we're going to talk about them a little bit, and then I'm going to show you some drills so that you can practice them. Okay, so the first thing we should talk about is what part of your shoe you are using to do a wing. Now, I do know some people use the flat part of the ball of their tap. They go like this, right? But most people, and how I was taught, use the outside edge of that ball tap. So when you're doing your wing, your first sound is out, your next sound is a spank in, and your last sound is a step. Now, when you're doing this with both feet at the same time, that's landing, right? That's landing from your jump. So there is a slight jump in here, but this is the important thing to remember, students, is that even though it looks like we're jumping up and down, if you jump too high, you don't reach the floor anymore. And the whole point of this step is that even though you're jumping a little bit, you are making sounds. So it's important that we still get in there when we're doing the jump. So I'm just going to do 8 wings in a row so that if you're unfamiliar with the step, maybe you haven't been introduced to it yet, you can see what they look like. So you can hear there's 3 sounds. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And again, some brush straight. I prefer outside edge. But don't get so far under your outside edge that you're just scraping your shoe or starting to get the top of your foot, right? You still want it to just be that outside edge. Now your feet should not go super wide. In old school days, they did do wings like this. And that was kind of a character step. But since we're actually doing the 3-sound wing, if our legs go out too far, we just don't have time to bring them back in and still land right? So make sure that you're not going too wide outside of your shoulders. Now when we jump, I want you to think of being more bouncy rather than jumping, right? Get the word jumping out of your brain, because I know we all think it's a jump. But if we jump, what happens? You leave the ground, right? You leave the ground and you're not touching it anymore. So we are out here on our last time that we're touching the ground in a wing. So we can't jump too high, because if not, we can't touch the ground. We can't reach it. So for drills, let's start with 1 foot at a time. We're going to start with the right side, and we're just going to do that brush, spank, step, brush, spank, step. 8 times right, 8 times left. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, and. Five, 6, 7, and. All right, now we're going to try to speed it up a little bit, and I want you to soften your knees. So bend a little bit more than you did before, and when we brush out, we're going to have that little lift with us, just like we would be doing if we're actually doing the full wing. So here we go. 5, 6, 7, and. Now we're going to alternate. So we're going to do it 16 times alternating. So we end up with still 8 right and 8 left, but we're doing every other one. Remember your bounce. 5, 6, 7, and. Now also, I'll note that I am using a bar here, you could see, and that's because this is how I start students with wings. Because typically we're sliding all over the place and there's people falling, and that's okay, it happens. But if you're at home and you don't have a ballet bar or anything like that, that's okay. You can use a chair, you can use a wall, but something to just help give you a little bit of support. All right, so now just as a drill, let's put that together a little bit as a practice. So we're gonna do 4 right, 4 left, 8 alternating. 4 right, 4 left, 8 alternating. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, and. All right, good. So now, before we do this with the jumping, I'm going to show you from behind, just in case it helps you to get different visuals, what it looks like when we're doing it. So I'm just going to do 8 wings in a row so you could see. Okay, so now let's try it for real. Remember all the things that we did? Remember we have bouncy knees, we don't jump too high, we're doing the outside edge, legs don't get too far. So we're gonna do jump, jump, wing, jump, jump, wing, jump, jump, wing, wing, wing. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, and. Again. Now once you get that down, you do get more advanced and you can do one-footed wings, right? You can add your heels, or you can stagger them. So there are different ways to do it, but when you feel like you're struggling and it doesn't sound right, go back to your basics, because this is all it is. And that's all you gotta do. Practice those over and over again. Quality is always more important than speed. All right, thank you for joining me. I hope this breakdown of how to do wings and how to practice your skills to build up stronger wings was helpful for you. Don't forget to subscribe to the Dance Navigator so that you get notified anytime I post new videos. If you're already a subscriber, I want to say thank you very much, because that's very helpful for me to be able to reach other dancers like yourself and be able to just help other people. So thank you again, and until next time, keep on dancing.